Today, we're going to go over the most underrated epic hero in the game, and that is Kregg. I don't care who you are, you might say he's not underrated, but yes, boys, the Goblin is. Everyone loves the only epic heroes of Wildeer and Atheist. And do you know what, Mage Gang? I'm going to say you, boys, because it's Archer Gang time. Because Kregg, arguably, is just as insane as Wildeer, if not stronger. So let's explain why. Hello everyone, yes, smash like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy, and we're here today with Kregg Boy, the main goblin, the first original archer, and guess what, the only current archer with a bit of area of effect damage. And that is the main selling point of this boy, because a lot of people don't realize, when you're looking at Call of Dragons, you look at the PvP, and you're always fighting in this game. You are always in big murder balls, even though you can't really see it here in our zone, because this is at the end of our zone 2 war. Every single fight on you can imagine is in some sort of like choke point where you're gonna be, hitting a ton of area of effect. That's why mages are really successful, right? People love their Lilias, they love their Wildeers and Valence. It's all AoE, it's all nom nom nom. But the thing is, in this game, right now, the meta is more archer based, as you guys know, right? If you're playing archers, you are, or what you should be, dominating in this current meta, especially with the new Magra and Zeta in Season T1, and then with the long-range warfare, it is just a nasty combination for archers right now in the game. And that is simply because when you're fielding so many archer players at once and all of them target one player, they die within 3 seconds or less, even 2 seconds or less sometimes. It's insane how fast people are dying. And the thing is, what people don't realize is your rage can get affected at times. A lot of the time people are watching these fights and sometimes their rage ain't just going up. They're just not gaining the rage fast enough to keep up with the damage. And this is where Kregg comes in. Because Kregg is the best of both worlds. And this is why I'm going to say he's the best epic hero in the game. I'm going for it. Especially for archers, he's definitely the best epic hero in the game. Because the thing with Kregg is he does an absurd amount of skill damage and he's an archer. Meaning he does some great single target, normal attack damage. Because that's kind of what archers are known for. But when you put this guy with some pairings, I'm going to showcase some on, later on, it becomes a nasty recipe for disaster. Because the thing is, when you have a fully awakened Kregg, he does an absurd amount of damage, right? And it's really hard to see this damage because there's so much text in this skill. But the best way of explaining it is really easy. We get 800 single target damage, which is great. But then we get 300 damage to 2 of the nearest legions. So that basically means that's 600 extra damage. So we're already on 1400 damage in total that our boy Kregg is dealing. Then any of those damaged legions, so that's all 3 targets, the main target and the 2 other legions taking the splash, they all gain bleed for 200 damage every second for 3 seconds. So that means that skill alone is 600 damage times 3, boys. So that is, as you can imagine, 1800 damage. So if you add 1800 damage with the magical number of, 1400, it's a lot of bloody damage, boys, right? And that is all from Kregg's first skill awakened. And the scary thing is with this hero, which is really good for this hero too, you're going to get that attack bonus, so you're getting even more damage on all of that, and even on top of everything, you get some great 10% hero skill damage dealt bonus, which means even at a minimal level, you're gaining about 300 damage added on, which is great for this skill. And then on top of it, you're gaining march speed bonus every time you finish that battle. And what that means is, as soon as you kill that person, whoever you're targeting, if they die in a second or 2, that is battle ending, meaning you're going to go into the next battle and you can then get that march speed. And this is on for 10 seconds, guys. It is so good to get in and out of combat with Kregg. And on top of all of this, right, his talent. I'm going to go over one talent that everyone, if you're not running this on Kregg, you're playing him wrong. And it's simply Harvest. Harvest is designed for this character. He's doing single target damage and area of effect damage, giving you the maximum potential ever to defeat a enemy legion, granting you that extra attack bonus and to keep it up. This is such a powerful talent for such an epic hero, right? And when we're going into now the pairings, you're probably wondering, Sneaky, we understand Kregg's a boy. Kregg's the boy. But you know what? Kregg and Magra is an actual nasty combo. I tried it out in a bit of open field, and it's scary how much damage this deals. However, I will say one thing. Guys, it's Magra and Kregg, meaning it is going to be squishy as hell. It's like Magra and Zeta, right? Super, super squishy, but does super, super massive damage. Really kind of cool. But if you do the one and only Kregg and you can imagine Kanara, oh boy, this does some absurd damage. The fact that you have this Kanara, and everyone doesn't really like targeting Kanara anyway as the primary commanders on the field, because they know most likely if they're going to get targeted, they're going to start taking his physical counterattack damage bonus, and a lot of people don't like that, right? And obviously the Kanara is reducing their damage down by 15%. It's great that you have this super tanky commander that is now dealing an absurd amount of area of effect damage. And with this, as you can imagine, if you are a Wilderberg player, even though I absolutely despise Wyvern Riders, you can use your, obviously, Kregg with Fear, right? And this is going to give you a flying march. It does do an absurd, again, amount of area of effect damage. The problem is they're just too squishy. But we can change that, right? Fear and Kregg is still a great combo if you was going to use any of the other archers. So if you're going to use, you know, ballistas or the normal just archer unit that's non-flying, this is a great combo because you are increasing his hero skill damage again by 15% with that nasty Fear. And on top of this, Fear is going to give you even more attack bonus, even more attack bonus and stats. And guess what, boys? Just to finish it off, we'll get some more attack bonus. So you can see this is a very, very scary march. And this is all because of Kregg. And I'm just saying, Kregg is underappreciated. And I would love to see more Kreggs on the open field. I'm going to be honest. I would love to see some insane battle reports in my Discord from people starting to use Kreggs, right? Because he is such a good hero. And I've been starting to use him myself, right? You can see him. Out of all of my other heroes, he's coming up to 43, meaning, guess what? He's in my main roster commanders, right? It's absurd. I've left out my Waldir. Waldir's in the dirt, guys. He's just in the dirt because, to me, my archer is dealing more damage per normal attack than that Waldir is. And if I do get my skill off with Kregg, it's an absurd amount of area of effect damage, right? So if you're wondering, if you want a little bit of a quick glimpse, you know, any sort of artifact help for you guys, it's pretty simple. Just go for the biggest damage area of effect one. You don't actually need to run anything in particular with Kregg. That's kind of the beauty of it. You can put Kregg wherever you want. So if you were going to run a Kanara or even a Nico, why not a Ralspear, right? So it's pretty simple. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and honestly, I want to put a bit more of a spotlight on the best easy epic hero in the game. I don't care. I don't care. I've said it. For the Archer Gang, we are reigning supreme, because right now, if you're a mage player, I don't care who you are, man. We absolutely melt it. And this is why even the legendary guns has become a hybrid player running mages and archers. Because if you're not running archers, you're gonna die. You are legitimately gonna die, and you do not earn as much merits as as an archer player, right? If you're a mage player. So, with all that said, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky, and you know what to do. Smash that like, comment, and subscribe. So, peace out.